Hello everybody, my name is Tenelin and I have heard you loud and clear. A lot of people have been asking in my comments section for a fishing guide to try to figure out better ways to do any of these fishing missions because I'll be honest, after completing Gold Star and all of the A rank missions that are currently available, I understand. This is hard. Some of these missions are very difficult and have a good amount of RNG to them. So I have put together a video of every single one of them on this list here, just the A1s. There are 7 of them available at the moment. I've put together a quick little guide, my tips on each of them of how I was able to get Gold Star rating. Now, I will put a quick disclaimer. I am not the best fisherman in the Final Fantasy community, by far. There are people much better at this than I am, but I did want to show you from my perspective as somebody that doesn't know exactly what is the best way to do these fish, and just show you what I was able to do to get a solution to actually get Gold Star rating. Now I have to give a massive shout out to the Fish Cord in the Fisherman's Horizon, because without any of the people that have contributed to this document, which I will put in the description, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this. These people that have put this together are the reason that all of this worked as well as it did for me. Now, this document doesn't tell you exactly what you need to do, but it gives you the information of the fish available in each of the missions and each of the ponds, so you can better be informed of what you need to do to be able to complete them. Now, just to give you a quick rundown of how this will work, I will have each of the missions boxes at the top of my screen so that you can see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the fish available, the strength set of their bites, what move set you need to use, if they're able to get a double hook or a triple hook for more fish, which you'll see as an example here. The lunar wolffish is actually able to get 2 or 3 if you use a double hook or a triple hook. They have any special notes on any of the fish that you need, and this one does go into all of the A2s and A3s, which I haven't gotten into, but I will have a future video going over those as well. You can use this document if you need to, or each of these missions will be timestamped so you can go straight to them and see how I was able to complete them. Before we get into that though, I am going to go ahead and just give you some generalized tips on things that I think you should know. Obviously, make sure you're reading the objective of the mission. Now, all of these missions are going to be using a couple of important skills that you need to know about. Modest Lure increases the chance of a weak bite, so anything that is a 1 strength bite, and can be used up to 3 times to increase that. Occasionally, you'll get a special pop-up if there is a rare fish that will interact with the bite, giving you a better chance of getting that fish you're looking for. And Ambitious Lure works the same for 2 and 3 strength bites. Double and triple hook are going to come in useful for a few of the quests, but overall, most of the fish are only able to be caught a single time. No matter if you use double or triple hook, you'll only get 1 of them. Prize catch is going to come in handy for making any of the fish that you catch a large size, and big game fishing will increase the chance of your fish being even larger, giving you a greater score on any of the collectible fish. Speaking of the collectible fish though, make sure that your collector's glove is active. You should always have it active because there's no downside when you're catching normal fish by having it on. Always having it available is the best way to make sure that you're able to actually complete these missions and you don't accidentally catch a fish that is a collectible, but you didn't catch it as a collectible. Identical cast is going to be your friend for a couple of these missions, just to make it so you can guarantee that the next fish you catch is the exact same one that you did catch. Surface slap can come in handy on that same subject to make it so that some of the fish that you do catch no longer bite, so that you have a better chance to catch the one that you want. And chum can be useful just to reduce the amount of time that it takes in before something does hook, so that you can catch things faster when you're on a time limit. Patience too is also very useful because it will make it so that all of the fish that you catch are a large size, but it does limit you to having to use precision hook set or powerful hook set. Precision if it's a 1 strength and powerful if it's a 2 or 3 strength bite. So it does use a lot more GP. There are a couple of missions that potentially use it, and as well, you can use the Stellar hook set with it because this removes inefficient hooking and increases the rating for the fish caught, making it a larger fish that is actually achievable otherwise. From my testing on this, anytime I catch a large fish and it gives me, for example, 1200 points, when you use Stellar hook set, it doubles that amount of points to 2400. So Stellar hook set is very, very useful, and you should use it anytime you actually have it in the missions because it only has a 60-second cooldown. But with Patience 2, you do have to be aware that it only lasts for 145 seconds, so you have to weigh whether or not you're catching enough fish to make this worth it for the GP cost of 560 as well as 50 for every single hook that you do, versus using a prize catch that only costs 200 GP. And the last thing I'll really mention is GP is a massive issue. I would recommend using something like Nasi Goreng to increase your GP some more, and having a stock of cordials ready to go so that you can use them as often as you can. A lot of the fishing missions have over a 3-minute duration, meaning that you can use at least 1 or 2 cordials and sometimes even 3 to make it so you have a lot more GP. Fishing skills tend to cost a lot of GP, so you will need these if you're going for gold star ratings. Other than that, those are my general tips, so let's get into each of the individual missions. Catch collectibles and achieve the target score within the time limit. Collectability will be scored. We're looking to get up to 15,000 for a gold star rating, and we do have access to the special hook set, the Stellar hook set, which negates the inefficient hooking status and increases the rating for the fish caught. Now, I do actually find that this does boost the size of the fish a decent amount, making it so that you score more points every time you catch something, so I do recommend going for this. If we take a look at our spreadsheet, we are looking for the dark crown tail beta, and we can see that it is from the buff that is the modest lure here. We have to be using the modest lure in order to get it, and it is between 27 to 29 seconds on the hook set for this one. Because it is such a long hook, I'm going to use prize catch to boost its size, and then eventually, if I catch enough of them, I will end up following it up with big game fishing if I am able to get 2 Angler's Arts. As with every other one, make sure your collector's glove is on. Anytime you're doing fishing missions, I just recommend having this on. You can only catch fish that are collectibles if you need them for the mission, so having this on at all times doesn't hurt you. Let's go ahead and initiate this quest. I'm going to use prize catch, and I'm going to go ahead and hook. Now we are going to want to spam the modest lure. We can get up to 3 times. And there we go. We have the magnificent fin breaches the water. So now if we take a look here, we should be able to wait up to 27 seconds, which I don't have my macro going that long, but we should get a 1 strength, and there it is. I'm going to use the Stellar hook set to increase the rating of the fish caught, and because it only has a 60-second cooldown, and we got the dark crown tail beta off of that. So that gave us 5,500, and oops, I forgot to actually use prize catch again. Make sure you use it again. Go ahead for the hook, and we're going to use 3 modest lures here. And now, if I don't get that proc, I'm going to go ahead and just rest and throw again. And this is because it keeps my prize catch with doing this, and I don't actually waste it by hooking any other fish. There we go. A magnificent fin breaches the water's surface, and we're going to go ahead and hook this. Now, as you can see, that one was a little bit early, so I didn't actually get the fish that I wanted, but I caught it so that I can use surface slap and make sure that that one doesn't hook again. We'll use prize catch again, and now we have surface slap and prize catch available. And if we use 3 modest lures again until that prompt comes up, and there we go. Now I have a higher chance of it not getting hooked by that other 1 strength bite that I got because I have surface slap. So now I can just wait until I actually hook the fish that I want. If you can look at that chart up at the top again, you'll see that there are only 2 1 strength bites. So now I'm guaranteed to get the collectible that I want. And I'm going to use that stellar hook set again, just because it is back off cooldown. And there we go. So again, prize catch, we'll throw out. We're going to do 3 modest lures. Or if you get it on the second one here, you can stop there. You just need to get that proc. If you don't get that proc, make sure to rest and repeat. And we are way past the 20-something second mark, so I know that this is my fish. Now, I don't have the stellar hook set up again, so I won't get as many points, but I should be... Now, because I didn't have that stellar hook set, I didn't get as many points there, so it didn't actually push me over the limit of the 1,500 or 15,000, so we're going to have to do one more. Now, as long as I don't hook anything in the next couple of seconds, we should be good to go. We'll just wait until we get the final hook, and we'll stellar hook set to finish this quest up. And there we go. Perfect. We got everything that we needed, and that quest is done. Fine grade water filter materials. 1, I'm not going to touch on the sequential missions right now in this video. We're just going to stick to just the standard A-1 missions, but this one is catch large fish and achieve the target score within the time limit. You are looking for a specific fish on these ones. The largest fish is the one that will be scored, so you do actually need to catch the bright cobalt eel. If you see here at the top, it is the rare fish. It is a 3 strength bite with a 26-second hook. Now, we have only 3 minutes to do this, so there is a good chance that this is just going to be another RNG mission where you're not going to be able to get these done consistently. I'm going to go ahead and throw a prize catch. My goal is actually going to be to catch 2 large fish as fast as I can, so I'm going to catch anything that I hook. So there's 1. I'm going to go ahead and use another prize catch. I'll throw a cordial because I'm running a little low on GP, and I'm going to hook again. Now, there is an argument to be made that I could be using patience as well as the precision and powerful hook sets instead. I think either way it balances out relatively the same. Because I only have a 3-minute time limit and I had the GP for it, I'm going to go for the prize catch, and I may have actually just hit the fish that I need. Let's find out. Yeah, okay. Well, that was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be. What my goal was going to be is get 2 angler's arts and then use big game fishing as well as a prize catch, and then throw in and rest until I did hit the 3 strength bite. Now, I did get a little too lucky on that one for me to be satisfied with an explanation of how that one worked, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Now, one of the things that you can do is you'll actually want to go ahead and use prize catch. You're going to throw your hook set in, and you can use ambitious lure to increase the chance that you get a powerful or a ferocious hooked fish. And as you can see, the next cast I will have a large size fish is what I'm kind of going for here. So now I'm going to be waiting around to see if I get a 3 strength bite, and if I don't get a 3 strength bite, I'm still going to hook it because my goal is to get 2 angler arts. I'm going to get insanely lucky again. This is ridiculous. The RNG on fishing is crazy to me. I am trying to demonstrate what happens if you get a bad setup. But again, I just instantaneously complete the mission on my first hook. Let's go ahead and run it again. I'm leaving this in the video because that's insane. What I'm doing is just initiating and abandoning quests until I get this to cycle back around to the one that I want. I can't believe that. So let's talk about what you should be doing. So if you're having trouble with this, you should be using ambitious lure because it's going to give you the chance of getting that 3 strength bite a little bit higher. If you aren't getting 3 strength bites or your perception is a little bit lower than mine, there's a good chance you're actually going to be needing to use big game fishing because this will make the fish as large as it's possible for your stat set, which may be needed to actually hit the gold star rating. Again, what I'm going to do is initiate this quest, prize catch. I'm going to throw in my hook, and I'm going to use ambitious lure to try to get a 2 or a 3 strength bite. I need to hit 2 large fish to be able to get my 2 angler's art costs. it doesn't matter. I'm going to hook this anyway because I want to get these angler arts here. I'm going to hook this first fish. I'm going to use another prize catch to make it so that my next one is another large fish. I got one of the 2 angler arts that I needed. I'm going to use Ambitious Lure again to try to get this. It didn't actually pop up with the line that I need, but that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and take another angler's art stack so I can have what I need. Now, because I am trying to use angler's art to use big game fishing, I am going to not use it quite yet. What I want to do is hook a 2 strength bite and then surface slap it to increase my chances of getting the fish that I actually want. So let's grab this. By surface slapping this, I'll make it so that this fish that I hook can't be caught again until I catch another fish, and I'm not going to be catching another fish until I actually finish this mission. So I'm going to use a cordial just because I do need to use my ambitious lures. My goal is to get these special text to pop up now, and if it doesn't pop up, I'm going to go ahead and just press rest to make sure to save my prize catch and my surface slap, and rinse and repeat until I get that line to pop up with my ambitious lure. Rest again. We'll go ahead and let this one sit out because the ambitious lure still actually does give you a better chance of getting the stronger bites even without that line popping up. Each use of it increases the chance of a large fish, but I do like to get that line to pop up just because it gives you a better chance. I am running low on time now, so I'm kind of just letting it ride out to see if I do get that hook. And now I'm getting unlucky. See, the fishing overall is just, there's a little bit of RNG, but it's fun. It can be a little frustrating at times, but there is just a chance that you're just not going to win every single time you try to do this. Now, I'm going to probably run out of time, but this is the one that I should get it on. I had the special prompt from the ambitious lure. I have my big game fishing. I have my prize catch up. This is going to be the fish. Now, I actually haven't had this happen, so I don't know if I've already failed the mission or if it will successfully give me, it does not. Okay. So that is what you should do if you are having trouble with these, is follow that last one or just get lucky like I did on the first 2. The Northward Ecological Survey. Catch specified fish as quick as possible. More time remaining will earn a higher score. Number required is 1. This is the one that we're going to need the Platinum Bashir, and it's an intuition-based fish. If you don't know what that means, it means that we have to catch 3 lunar wolffish before we actually get the intuition, which will pop up saying something glints white beneath the water. And then we will have a 3-minute buff to be able to catch the fish that we want. On this one, size does not matter for the fish, so the only thing we're looking to do is actually increase our chance of getting a 3-strength hook, which means we're going to be using ambitious lure to do so. Now, one special thing you have to note is that triple hook actually does work and gives you 3 fish on this fish in particular, meaning that we can get intuition off of 1 hook. All right, so we're going to initiate, we're going to cast, and our goal is to go for ambitious lures to be able to increase the chances that we hit that 3-strength bite. If we do hit a 3-strength bite, which we have, we're going to triple hook it. And this is going to make it so that we have the lunar wolffish. We'll get all 3, and you'll see that the intuition buff will prop. There we go. 3 lunar wolffish. Something glints white beneath the water. We have Fisher's intuition. I'm going to use my cordial, cast back out, and use ambitious lure to make it so I have a stronger chance of getting that 3-strength bite again. We have a feeling your next cast will land a large-jawed fish is exactly what we want to see, because it does give us a better chance of getting the fish that we're looking for here. Now, I have a chance that this is going to be the fish that I want, but there's also a chance that it's the lunar wolffish. If it is the one that I want, then I got pretty lucky because I've been having some troubles with this one. There we go. Wow. Okay. Well, that was probably the easiest way to get that done, but it is not the norm. I have tried this quest about 4 or 5 times, and I'm getting it in the gold star rating has just been purely luck-based. What I would recommend doing if you're having troubles with this one because you are hating that 2 strength fish over and over again, make sure you go ahead and hook that fish, catch it, and then use surface slap and follow it up with some more ambitious lures, and that will make it so you can't actually get that 2 strength fish anymore. You're increasing your chances of getting those 3 strength bites, and then you just have to get lucky that you get the platinum instead of the lunar fish over and over again. This one is pretty RNG to get it within the time, as with most of these fishing missions, honestly, so good luck. Foodstuff Emergency. Catch fish as quickly as possible. More time remaining will earn a higher score, and the number required is 18. We are looking to get this done with 45 seconds left on the clock. So this is one that I'm going to be utilizing chum on to make it so that these hook a little bit faster, but all I'm looking to get is 18 successful catches as fast as I can. Now, if you do refer to the sheet at the top of the screen, you can see that some of these fish are able to be caught with triple or double hook, which will speed it up significantly. And the Grand Crowntail Beta is actually able to get 7 on a triple hook and 4 on a double hook. So what I'm going to actually do is use the modest lure to try to increase my chance of weak bites and increase my chance of getting the Grand Crowntail Beta so that I can actually triple hook it. Now, I have a feeling my next cast will land a small jawed fish. That is the prompt that I'm looking for. I'm looking for anything between 18 to 30 seconds for this rare fish, which I am getting up there right now. I don't have my macro count that long, but it does end at 20 seconds. So this should be either the lunar sister scale, but more likely this is going to be the beta. There we go. And we got 7 of them. So now I can actually use my high cordial to do an identical cast if I had more GP to do a double hook as well, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and throw out again and go for a modest lure to try to get that prompt to pop up again that I have a higher chance of getting a weak jawed fish. I'm going to go ahead and rest because I am only looking for that prompt just to speed these up. Now, I could use chum to make this go a little bit faster, and I probably should use chum to make this go faster, but because I got lucky that fast, I'm not going to just to save myself some GP right now because I would like to get a triple hook on that. Now, I'm not having very good luck so far, so I'm going to go ahead and just start catching fish as I go. I only need to get 9 more, so it's probably being a little greedy to go for the triple hook again. Getting one of those for 7 fish that quickly does help out significantly, but I probably could just catch the rest of them as I go with no worries on getting another triple hook, and that's actually what I'm going to pivot over to doing. Unless I get another one, and I'm going to go ahead and hit a double hook on whatever this is. It's late enough into the stage that it's either again going to be the lunar sister scale or the beta, and we get another ground beta. So that's going to give me 4 more. Now all I care about is catching 4 fish as fast as possible. I'm not going to use any other GP skills other than chum, and that's because chum just reduces the amount of time between my next bite. So I'm going to go ahead and use that here. And I'm looking to just catch 3 more fish as fast as possible. This is just getting a little luckier than the average. So this quest could potentially take you a little bit more time, but your biggest thing that you're looking to do is just use modest lure and double or triple hook on those special fish that only hook in the later times of your cast. Again, knowing the cast timing for all of these missions is very, very important. This spreadsheet is going to break it down so you know all of the information that you need. Now, I could have used a couple of more chums here, but I'm doing really good on time, so I didn't And that's just to save myself some GP because I'm going to keep doing more and more missions after this one. There we go. There's a gold star rating on that one. And it's just a knowledge game. Fishing, you have to know what you're looking for, what fish are available, what hook sets you need, what skills are useful to catch them. Modest lure and ambitious lure are going to be your friends for a lot of these missions. Precise water survey. Achieve the target score within the time limit. Number and size of fish will be scored. Now, I've tried this one about a dozen times right now, and I have a new theory of what I'm going to try to do on this attempt to actually be able to hit gold star. So you may see this as my first time hitting gold star with me here with this method. So what my goal is actually going to be is I've been having a trouble with GP. So I'm going to use prize catch, and then I'm going to be using ambitious lure to try to hit this 20 to 30 second bite window to be able to get the 1200 point fish here. What I'm probably going to do for my first one though is just use my ambitious lures to try to get to that window, and then I'll actually use the stellar hook set, which will increase the size of my fish. Now I'm only going to be doing this if the proc for a large jawed fish pops up. So we're going to go ahead and just keep doing this over and over and resting if I don't actually see that text prompt come up on my screen. So we're looking to get a 2 strength bite after 20 seconds, which is now what we're at. So we're pretty much guaranteed this is going to be a galactic haze. Hey guys, this is Tenelin editing this video. So I made a mistake. I didn't actually use prize catch on my first hook, so I didn't actually get the 2400 points, and I see that you aren't able to see that because I didn't realize that the spreadsheet was covering that area. You should start with the prize catch and use the stellar hook set to make sure you get the 2400 points. Luckily, I actually was still able to achieve this at gold star rating even with that mistake. So I'll use prize catch, I'll use identical catch, go ahead and cordial, and we're good to go. I don't need to use the ambitious lure because I'm guaranteed to get the fish that I want here. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for it and hook it. There we go. Now, as you can see, I already have stellar hook set off cooldown again, and we've learned our lesson. We have to have prize catch and stellar hook set on to be able to get the full 2400 points that we want from this fish. So we're going to have prize catch, we're going to use ambitious lures until we get the 3rd prompt, and now we're just going to wait for anything after 20 seconds. If it's before 20 seconds, you'll use rest as to not waste your prize catch. Now that one is a little close to the 20 seconds, but I think it was exactly there, so I'm going to cross my fingers that it was. I'll use the stellar hook set, and this should get me 2400 points. It did. Now we'll use prize catch again and identical catch again. Identical cast again, sorry. Okay, and this is actually going to work out as long as I can get the hook in the next 1.5 minutes. Looking good. That was about a 19-second hook, so I think this should be the galactic haze. I was able to get my prize catch off and the stellar hook set, so this will give me 2400 points, hitting me the gold star rating. There we go. So I was correct. I was originally trying to use patience to make this one work, but it didn't. What I would recommend doing is immediately going into the mission, hitting prize catch, throwing out your cast, and ambitious luring. You're only looking to hook if you get something after 20 seconds. That's a 2 strength bite, and you want to use stellar hook set on that first one for 2400 points. Then you will use prize catch again, identical cast, and probably a cordial. Go ahead and throw again. That will get you your next fish, which will be worth 1200 points. Then you're going to go back to step 1, where you're going to use prize catch and ambitious lures until you get that 2 strength bite on the 22nd and stellar hook set for another 2400. Rinse and repeat back and forth. You're only hooking fish after 20 seconds on a 2 strength bite, using prize catch on every single one of them and the stellar hook set whenever it's up. Aquatic Inspection I, catch a variety of fish with limited bait. Greater variety will earn a higher score. Number required is 4. Now we only need to catch 4 for the bronze, but if you scroll down to the bottom, we are looking to get 6 1,000, which means we need to catch 6 fish because each variety is worth 1,000 points. So there are only 6 fish in this pond. Now, 4 of them are going to be weak hook sets, 1 with a strong and 1 with a ferocious. So ideally, I'm going to aim for getting all of these stellar worms first, but this is a little difficult. We only have 10 of each bait. Now, 2 of these can be caught with either bait, 2 of these with individual bait on each side. To start off, I'm actually going to aim for the most difficult one, the polypus. So we're going to go ahead and commence this mission. We're going to make sure that we have the cosmic leech on. We're going to toss our hook out into the water and use the ambitious lure to increase the chance of getting the ferocious 3-strength bite. Now, we didn't hit the one that we were looking for. This is probably going to be the lunar scorpion or the anemone. The scorpion is the one there. So we're going to go ahead and throw back out. Again, we're going to go for the ambitious lure to try to increase the chances of getting that later stage fish. Now, this one again it's going to be the lunar scorpion again, isn't it? I should have surface slapped this at the start. So we're going to surface slap that so we don't hit it again. Go for more ambitious lures to increase that chance of the 2 or the 3-strength bite. Looking pretty good so far. We need 32 seconds in until we get that 3-strength bite. So there we go. We got the one that we were looking for there. Now we're going to use our modest lure set, the weaker strength one, to try to go for the moon whip or the anemone. Ideally the anemone at the 14 to 16 because it's the only one on the cosmic leech that we have left. Looking good. That should be our anemone. Perfect. And we're going to go over to the stellar worm. Now, because the anemone isn't on the other side for the stellar worm bait, we don't have to surface slap that. And again, we're going to go for the harder fish here, which is the 27-second hook and the 2-strength hook. So we're going to use ambitious lure again to increase our chances of getting that. We didn't hit it, but this was around 22 seconds. So this should be a new fish. This should be the coulter. Perfect. I'm going to surface slap that because I don't want to end up getting it again, just to increase our chances. And we're going to go ahead and do ambitious lure again to try to get a strong bite. Now, I personally would recommend doing these from the hardest fish backwards, just because you are aiming for those fish that take a lot longer and it'll save you time. You don't want to get the easiest fish to start. That's just my philosophy on it. I find that these are a lot easier if you go for the hardest fish first, and then you get the consolation prize of the easier ones if you don't hit them. So perfect. We hit exactly what we needed there. Now the only thing we have left is the moon whip, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and cast that. We'll use our modest lure to increase our chance of the weak bite. And we're looking for something around the 13-second mark. Now this is getting a lot further in, so I'm going to go ahead and just rest and recast instead of waiting for one of the larger fish to be hooked. Again, we're hitting past the 20-second mark, but I'm going to go ahead and I think this one's going to be the coulter again. I should have probably just rested. It is, so I am going to surface slap that. Don't really need to there, because I should just be resting at about 19 seconds so that I don't get it. There we go. We have a feeling that our next cast will land a small jawed fish, which is ideally what we're looking for. And this should be it. This should be the moon whip to finish off the mission. And there we go. All 6 of them caught, no problem. Rare aquatic specimens. Catch collectibles with limited bait and achieve the target score. Collectability will be scored. We're aiming for 3,500 points to get a gold star rating. And if we take a look at our spreadsheet here, we have 2 collectible fish that we can get here, both of them that we can get with the modest lure set. The first one is a 19 to 22 second hook, and the next one is after that, but I don't know exactly how far in. Now, I have tried this mission about 5 or 6 times and only managed to get silver star almost every single time. Okay, I used a nasi goreng to give myself additional GP because I was just having so much of an issue still. So let's go ahead and initiate this quest. We're going to be using prize catch, we'll cast, and then going for ambitious lures to increase our chances of that 2 strength bite. Ideally, we want to get the special line that pops up saying we have a greater chance of getting that strong bite, but I didn't get it there. I'm going to go ahead and just keep my hook in the water and aim for something like the lunar academician. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one, but that's what we should have here. Now, I'm not going to use anything here. I'm not going to use an identical cast because I do want to get the other one, the skipping star, because it gives you way more points. So we'll use another prize catch and back to ambitious luring again. Now, if I do hit a 2 strength bite, unfortunately I hit a 1 strength bite, so I have to pull in my hook and I lose my bait. And we do have a limited amount of bait here, but I don't want to have to catch it and surface slap it because I'll lose my prize catch. I'm going to go ahead and just only hook in the 2 strength bites, which again, this is not the one we want. This is going to be the Ramias, and we're going to have to surface slap this to increase our chances of getting the ones that we actually do want. So there we go. We'll use another prize catch, use a cordial to get some more GP back, and use the ambitious lures again to try to get the better fish. Now, luckily, I do have 2 stacks of angler's art, so if we do hit the fish that we want, I'll show you what we're going to be able to do to hopefully increase our points to at least the silver star rating, if not the gold. Now, again, this is not the fish that we want, so we'll prize catch and just cast back in. Ambitious lure. And now we really have to cross our fingers that we don't hit a 2 strength bite between 10 to 12 seconds. But we did get the feeling your next cast will land. Oh, this is not the fish that I want. This is going to be the one that's not a collectible. This one is frustrating me a little bit. I've been having so much trouble getting this one done. I'm going to have to surface slap and I'm going to have to use a prize catch again. So unfortunately, if I do catch the fish that I want, it's not going to get identical cast, which is ideally what I'd like to be able to do. But it's looking good. I am going to hit the skipping star, which is the one that I do want, and the timing on it is just terrible. I'm not going to be able to identical cast, like I said, so I only get to get one of them out of here. It's going to push me to the bronze star rating, but not to the gold or the silver like I'd like to. It gives me a total of 1,120 points, but I'm kind of just in trouble now. I guess what I'm going to do is go for a big game fishing, toss back out, and kind of hope that I just end up hitting what I want. I'm going to use my ambitious lures to hope to get that proc so I can get this fish again, but I don't have a prize catch. So the big game fishing is going to just give me a bigger specimen, but not the biggest that I'm able to get. So I'm not going to get the most amount of points for it. Now, if I get lucky here, which I think this again is only the lunar fish, which gets me some points, but I don't think it's going to push me even over to silver star. No, it only gives me 200. So now I'm going to prize catch, and I'm going to be able to get one ambitious lure off real quick here and hope. No. Second one. Didn't get the proc that I want. Now I'm going to kind of just cross my fingers. If my timer goes above 19 seconds, which it has, I have a very, very slim chance that I'll get this exactly in the time that I want. What I'm going to have to do is use a cordial. I'm not going to have enough GP. Yeah, I will, actually. Okay, we're going to use this. I ran out of time. No, actually, I completed it. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, I got very, very lucky. Wow, that one was really hard. This is my honest reaction to getting the first gold on this one. And like I said, I've done this, I don't know, 10 times now and just haven't been able to hit that gold star rating. This one has definitely been the hardest one that I've seen so far. If you're having trouble with this one, I wish you good luck, because this is just going to be a matter of getting lucky on that. I think that strategy is the best strategy that I've been able to come up with. But if I do have a better method that pops up from anybody in the comments section, if you've had any better luck or a better method of how to catch this fish, let us know, and I'll be glad to make another follow-up video just specifically for this mission. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help me out, and I have a goal of hitting 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. I know it's a pretty lofty goal, but I'm going to keep working as hard as I can to get there. If you'd like to support me a little bit more, you can join this list here of my members, which I want to give a special thanks to. For only $1 a month, you too can become a member, which just shows me a little extra love and gives you a couple of perks. You get a unique role in my Discord, you get early access to my videos, as well you get a high quality symbol next to your name in the comments section. I really want to say thank you guys very much. This has been a fantastic time for me. I've been having so much fun doing cosmic exploration, and I really just have been enjoying everything that has been coming from the community, and especially in my Discord. Everyone there has been helping each other so much, and it's been incredible to see all of the different solutions that we've found to making this a fun, enjoyable update. I really have been having a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to see where we go further into cosmic exploration, because I do think there's a lot more to come. Thank you very much, and have a good one.